विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव स्वपाके च पंडिता समदर्शिनः. The humble sage of virtue, true knowledge, sees with equal vision a learned and a gentle brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater. It's a very revolutionary shloka from Bhagavad Gita. And what we need to do is to properly understand this shloka. It is said, when somebody takes shelter of a pure devotee, he becomes blessed with knowledge. Tadavidhi pradipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadakshante te jnanam jnanina tattvadashina. Okay? So the person, the result of knowledge should also be visible. Not only we say somebody is knowledgeable. आजकल को तो बहुत फेमस है. Everybody says that he is Pandit. Correct? Everybody says, I am also Pandit. You get certificate from college. You are very learned. But then, these kind of certificates, whole life, that's what the youngsters, their life is meditated on that. If you say, I am doing a program, you'll get a certificate. They're very keen. So, let us see what is Krishna's definition of a learned man. Because Krishna says here, Pandit. What is this Pandit that Krishna is referring? In fact, the Pandit word Krishna uses many times in Gita. Ashocha Nanvashocha Sampragyavadam Sabhashise Gatasun Agatasun Chananu Shochanti Pandita. That is the basic definition of Pandit, that he does not discriminate, or rather you say he is not affected by any condition of living or the dead. What the news tries you, a Pandit will not be affected. Correct? They will show graphic image, don't see. And they will show Syria bombing, people torn into pieces. And that for them it's a news. And people will try to watch. But actually a learned man, Krishna and Arjuna was very in the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary book. This book cannot be easily understood. It requires little guidance. In Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna was in such a kind of disturbed condition before the war, because he could foresee what the war will do. Now here we are seeing result of a war, and actually this war is very small. Compared to the Mahabharata war, the kind of weapons they were having, we don't even know those weapons today. We just equivalent, we say Brahmastra, equivalent of the nuclear bomb, but then when the description of Brahmastra thrown by Arjuna and Ashwatthama, after the war, at the end they threw the Brahmastra, which was the most powerful weapon of that time. The result was whole universe was about to be destroyed. Forget the small planet. In fact, then Krishna immediately, all the devatas were crying in fear because it was heating up the whole universe. And then Krishna requested Arjuna withdraw both of them, and Arjuna did it. Okay, so they had very powerful weapons, but true, it is made in a different way. That's another big topic. So now Arjuna could foresee what the war will do. A havoc will be created. Millions of people are going to die. Arjuna could foresee that. Okay? Before he starts. And he knows. When he lifts his Gandiva, definitely havoc is going to happen. He hesitated. Because he's a great man. He hesitated. Because when you're doing a thing like that, you have to think 100 times. Whether it is right or wrong. Duryodhana never thought. He came to the war he never thought 100 times whether I should go ahead or not go ahead. Never. In fact, Krishna made him think, because before the war, Krishna asked him, are you sure? He made him think again. He was not interested to think. He was just some fat ego. What are this? I can just crush them, like many big countries think today. They don't care. They just crush some people below. Many rich people also sometimes. They don't care about innocent small people. So they were just thinking, but Arjuna was thinking 100 times, again. In fact, Bhagavad Gita keeps asking question again and again, whether this can be avoided. And finally he understands Krishna has decided to give death penalty to Duryodhana and his party. That's over now. The Lord had decided to punish somebody. Okay, I'll go ahead with it. Okay? Just like in a court also, the judge decides death penalty still is justice of peace. He is not called justice of war. He is bringing peace only. Because some people sometimes have to be punished like that. It's valid. So now coming back to the picture here. So Arjuna was in a great dilemma. What is going to happen? Should I proceed? And at that time, in fact, he requested Krishna, can you forgive the Kauravas? Because actually what Duryodhana did, trying to insult somebody's wife, trying to give poison, attack with weapons, these are all death penalty in Vedic culture. If somebody tries to do this thing, the person is called Atatayini, aggressor. Just like suppose a snake enters your place, he is now an aggressor in a civilian place. There is no sin in killing him now, because the life of children, everybody is at risk now. He has to be eliminated. Either he has to be thrown out. If he is not coming out, we have to eliminate him. Okay, there is no sin at that time because he has done it. Somebody comes with a weapon, attacks you. Now if you kill him in the process of defense, there is no sin in it. The same way actually Duryodhana had done what is known as a qualification of Atatayina. And as a offender in that way, he was due for death penalty. And Krishna decided, yes, I gave him enough chances. He deserves. Peace offer was so simple. Give just 5 villages, live. Take the whole world. And I will not give. Krishna says he doesn't deserve. He came with a decision. He does not deserve any mercy now. He has to be given death penalty. But Arjuna was in great disturbance. So Krishna gives a definition of Pandit, because first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna speaks like a Pandit. Just like in all TV, newspaper, people are giving bhashan, all politicians, as if they know. Actually, they should shut up. Because unless you hear, we should not speak. And true, they are hearing, but they're not hearing to the authority. And there is the highest authority is Krishna. So when Arjuna gave a bhashan of non-violence, of mercy, of forgiveness, what about their women at home? Big lecture he gave actually. Anybody will impress with that lecture. Not only the women, but about the children at home. He is thinking about them also. Who will train those children? And in case the father is not there, the children will get spoiled. My dear Lord, what are you making me do? You are a Janardana. You are the maintainer of living entities, and you are asking me to do such a kind of situation. He rather even pulls Krishna's leg. He is a friend of Krishna in a friendly way. But he understands nothing is working. After it all bhashan, very surprisingly. One side is his bhashan, and instead of proceeding with it, he surrenders to Krishna. Because he knows his bhashan is not solving his situation. Everybody is looking at him to fight. He cannot just walk away. And secondly, he also understood Hridaya Daurbalyam. Actually, it is my weakness of my heart I am hesitating. It is all my weakness. This person has to be punished, happens to be my cousin. That's not very important. I have to do my duty as a Kshatriya. Kshatriya means he has to protect people. The Shat means injury. Tarayate means protect. Mantra, Khatara. In Hindi we say na Khatara. To protect. So he has to protect us. He has to protect the society from such rogues. He has to punish them. But he's hesitating. So after that, he surrenders to Krishna to solve the problem. And Krishna says, Ashocham anvashochastam pragyavadam bhashase. Arjuna, you are speaking like a very learned man. But learned people, gatasuna cha nanushochanti panditaha. Those who are actually learned do not speak like this. They are not affected by any condition of living or dead. And we are not in the platform today. Sometimes doctors, maybe after cutting so many bodies, they become a bit indifferent. But a common man, if he sees a condition, he can't see that. He will faint. Many times it happens, I told the famous joke, one policeman, inspector in Bangalore, went to arrest somebody because, he was regularly doing something. And he put some bait for him, He made somebody call him. They sometimes do that. They make a relative call or somebody call. And they were all police people are sitting, as in movies they show. They were holding a newspaper and all. They came, but they understood police is here. As usual, they ran like a filmy style. These people ran behind them. And this was the father and son were the culprits. They were running. Okay? And this was the policeman, inspector, and one Jawan behind him. So suddenly they understood this man we have to do something. He was about to take his revolver. So in a reaction, he had a knife with him. He turned around and, and shockingly just put the knife in his stomach. The inspector. The inspector fell on the ground, and the Jawan now should do something. He fainted. I read the joke. He fainted. Now you should act. He fainted. And they laughed and they ran away. So this is how. So we should not be on that platform. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, Brahmane, Gavyasine. You should not be affected by any condition living and dead. And honestly speaking, we are not on that platform today. It's a very advanced platform. But Krishna says, then you'll learn it. Then you'll learn it. In fact, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kamanam yaumanam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhira satrana muhati. Just 2 shlokas later, Krishna says, why I am telling that? Because the body is transforming from childhood to youth to old age. Bodies are changing. I remain the same person. Same way another body will change, will occur. Tata dehantara prapti. A sober person. Dhira, we have 2 kind of terms, dhira and adhira. Adhira means very impatient. Dhira means very patient. So the person who is sober is not bewildered by seeing this change. It's very calm. So Krishna's certificate of Pandit is not easy to get. Here we can get so many certificates in this world, and I can feel, just like an army man, so many flags he will have. You can feel proud, has no value. To be recognized by Krishna is not ordinary. Krishna's platform is very high. Therefore, many people don't understand. Krishna never chose Duryodhana as a ruler. Duryodhana was not a bad ruler. He was a good administrator. Was a very good administrator. But Krishna's certificate, he was F grade, fail. Because he has no conception of what Krishna is. Whom Krishna wants to be ruler by Yudhishthira Maharaj. And Krishna showed many times. Yudhishthira Maharaj was questioned, checked, like Yaksha checked once. He showed, by various examples, he showed the Pandavas were virtuous. Just like even before the war. Yudhishthira Maharaj, after the war, he refused to take the throne. They said, no, so much sin has happened. I better go to hell for what has happened. Just like Ashoka after Kalinga, he was in a great feeling guilt. That why all this? I am not anything special. Anyway, so then now in this chapter, after explaining this, we are in the 5th chapter. Krishna explained previous to that how to receive knowledge. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanena tattudarshana. We were meditating last few days that after covering the shloka. That is where the mistake the society is making to get knowledge. It is not that the college, universities are not made for getting knowledge. But the process is wrong. In the 13th chapter, Krishna says there are 20 elements needed if you want to receive knowledge. Knowledge is very blessed thing. Generally what happens in the society, we are mixing art with knowledge. Just like the knowledge in Sanskrit means Ved. Therefore they say Vidwan, Dhanvan. Who has money we call Dhanvan. Who has strength we call Balavan. Correct? And then who has Vidya, knowledge, we call Vidwan. And therefore Ved means knowledge. But interestingly in the Ved, the primary knowledge is spiritual. There is knowledge of how to make all this is there. Some basic knowledge, very limited. Because they kept the focus on spiritual knowledge. Now what happens is that, true, because society not everybody can live comfortably. The Brahmanas, those who are not by birth, by quality, Brahmachanate iti Brahmanaha, who know spirit, they are called Brahmana. They lived a very simple life. They were living in huts on a grass mat. Where Chanakya was a last example of a great Brahmana. Even though he met Chandragupta the king, he lived in a grass hut. And certain time I heard later, when Chandragupta was not respectful, he asked some clarification. He stopped going to the palace. He was peaceful. He had his dignity, his honor. Free service, no charges. Brahmana, they had their great respect. So they were living simple living, high thinking. And they were Shudra, the simply living and no thinking. That is the modern day society. Simply living and no thinking. They were not given any opulence because it is dangerous. Today's society, that is a mistake today's society. Unless person is committed to certain values, he should not be given a salary. He should maintain. You should be given whatever, just like it happens sometimes you're walking on the road. It doesn't happen in Mangalore because God's grace, this belt is blessed. There is no starvation here, there is no beggars here. But other parts of India, you walk, children start running behind you and they beg. Many intelligent people, even on the railway station, they know there's a syndicate, They don't take the money, they go and run and give to somebody and then the person drinks or does whatever. There's a whole organized gang. So what does the intelligent man do? He buys something and gives the child. Eat something eatable. Something you can even give a dress, but don't give money. Even to grown-up people sometimes come in a city, they tell a sob story and suddenly they trap you. I need 100 rupees. I don't have money to go to another town. And how do you say no? We get stuck up. Buy a ticket and give him. Don't give him money in that because that charity is in Tamoguna and you will also go to hell behind him. Because suppose somebody takes money from you and he drinks. He goes to hell definitely. You also go behind him because you sponsored his ticket to hell. So you also get another seat. So now we come to the conclusion. So Krishna's definition of, so where the society is wrong in the education process, there are 20 items listed by Krishna. And first thing Krishna says is humility. You have to be humble. Where society is humble, they are so proud. Where they can receive knowledge. Pridelessness. And acceptance of a bona fide spiritual master. Understanding the evil of birth, old age, disease, death. Understanding janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, dukkha, dosha, anudarshanam. Understanding that these four are my real problems. Then you will know what is knowledge. When I understand actually what is modern society, at any home you say, today we will talk about death. What they will say, yeah, don't talk apshakun here. Don't talk inauspicious thing. But actually, not only talk, recently we had a video conference I have a couple of doctors. And I told them, please tell about the problems of old age. One of them said he served his mother when she was old. So actually it's good. He learned what are the problems of old age. Other person, the doctor started from the head to the toe. We were shocked. So many kind of varieties of difficulties come, So actually we should discuss this. Because we should not close our eyes to reality like an ostrich. We should see the reality. Correct? Just like you are doing business, you should also understand what all way, if I lose all the money, then what happens? We should really understand. Then we are doing things properly. Then a person like that, Krishna says, he will receive knowledge. He becomes a candidate to receive knowledge. Correct? There are 20 elements, but I just mentioned few. So now coming back, so all the colleges, what is happening is that all the universities, they do not train the students in these 20 elements which facilitate knowledge transfer. If these elements are not there, you cannot receive knowledge. Therefore, what people are learning is not knowledge, it is skill in the name of knowledge, and they're very happy. Just like we say, in this word, there is no love, there is only lust. Love means you want to make another person happy. Lust means you want to use other person for your happiness. We will not find. Exceptions are there always, but you will not find people. Everybody is thinking how to take, very nice word, everybody is looking in this word for a victim. Is searching for a victim, walking on the road to look for a victim and use him. Everybody. Not like Krishna. Krishna doesn't look for a victim. If you take shelter of Krishna, just like we tell people, come, take my shelter. But actually he is a victim for me. Because why? That respect and all I am drinking. And I got a follower now. Actually he is a victim. But you take shelter of Krishna, what happens? He is fit to give shelter. And from him comes only love, care, affection. Correct? But we cannot do that. We torture, exploit, squeeze anybody who comes to take our shelter. We have no capacity actually. We are artificially trying to imitate the Lord. Millions and trillions of living entities take shelter of the Lord's lotus feet. Lord so kindly takes care of them. And they live in a very happy relation. Just like Hanuman, the Lord Rama. He is a servant of Lord Rama. The Lord Rama exploit him. What love. It is example for us to see actually. Okay? So coming back to now the Pandita definition. In this shloka, the Pandita definition is even more advanced. He says, Vidya Vinaya. If a person become a learned man, his symptom will be this. Panditaha Samadarshinaha. He should have equal vision. Why? He sees Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmana. That's the definition of a Brahmana. Brahmana is not by birth anywhere in the Vedic literature. In fact, that's why the Vedic culture damage happened. This correction has to happen. Somebody has to do it. So it says, when we see a Brahmana, but Krishna gives qualities of a Brahmana. Because people will say, by birth I am Brahmana. He says Vidya. First thing you should have knowledge. Vinaya is very polite. Vinaya means polite. The bahut vinaya hai aadmi. Very soft. He has unlimited knowledge, but he is very soft. That's a Brahmana. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmana. Such a qualified Brahmana which is having Vidya and Vinaya together. Generally, if you have Vidya and no Vinaya, that is not good. That's what we find today. But a combination means he really has knowledge. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmana. You have a Brahmana like that. And then Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini. He sees a cow. Gavi, Gai. Sanskrit and Hindi are very nearby. He sees a Brahmana, he sees a cow. Hastini, he sees an elephant. Shuni, he sees a dog. Sapake, he sees a dog eater. Among the all meat eaters, in Vedic culture, lowest is dog eater. There are goat eater. Cow eater is not even imagined in the Vedic culture. They can't even dream somebody will do that. And unfortunate, that's a Kali Yuga. And India is the biggest exporter. So, the different kind of eaters, you can say pig eater, goat eater, dog eater. The lowest is called dog eater. The term given is Chandal. He was even considered lower than a Shudra. The lowest in the society, 10th class. And here is Brahmana, the top class. Across the species, Krishna has gone. And across the social order. Here we have a man, we have an elephant, we have a dog. It says Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmana, the first category. Elephant, across the species. Gavi, a across the species. Gavi Hastini, Shuni Chav Sapake Cha Pandita Samadarshina. A Pandita sees them with equal vision. Now, this is also not easy to understand. What is the equal vision? It's not that in a temple a Brahmana comes, he'll wash his feet. Qualified Brahmana, definitely. A dog comes, you don't wash his feet. Elephant comes, you don't say Aarti. What is the equal vision being referred to? You have to carefully understand things. Equal vision means he understands my Lord is not discriminating. Because Krishna does not discriminate. Just like a mother. One child may be very poor and an idiot. Other child may be very intelligent. But affection is equal. Correct? Not that he is poor, so no affection for him. Udhar bad. Equal. Correct? Now Krishna, anyway, in material world, relationships are also not perfect. But Krishna has equal affection for all the children, irrespective of their social position. That is because of their different desires and different activities they have done. Krishna is taking them through different, suppose Krishna is killing somebody. He is arranging on the battlefield, Duryodhana should be killed. At the second time, Krishna is arranging, Yudhishthira should be the emperor. Both of them, Krishna has equal mercy. For him, he needs this purification. He has to go through actually nothing happens to the soul. He has to go through the experience of this punishment. But once Krishna punishes, account is closed. And he has to become the king. For him, that is mercy. So every act that Krishna does, God is all good. He has equal compassion. Somebody, the dog, for him, he has to go through that experience. Because he's not learning by hearing. Some people you tell 100 times, he doesn't understand. So animal life is also mercy. Because by going through the experience of animal life, dog life, then he comes to the next he comes to human. He's learning by experience. Correct? Many people nowadays tendency is, you tell anything. No. I want to experience it. Good. You tell somebody don't drink. I have to experience it. Go. So similarly, we tell so many times that please try to understand, I am not body, I am a spirit, soul, I am a servant of the Lord. Now I don't understand. Okay? And you have desires like dog, become a dog. Because dog has no understanding, I am body or soul, he cannot understand. A person in the human body, he has an extra facility. Just like you have a new mobile, it may have an extra facility, you do not know. Generally, elder people, they buy good mobile. The children know all the facilities. They know only on and off. They have no time to go through. So, but their extra facilities are there. Human life, to use it like an animal, is real foolishness. This body is not meant for that. If somebody does that, he will not be given human body again. Go back, take a dog body. And learn by experience how disgusting these pleasures are on which you are absorbed day and night. Learn by experience. Here the Shastra is explaining, therefore, for our own good, if you are in the human form of life, we should save some time every day. It's not a very difficult thing to do. Correct? We should make a decision one day. My day, 2 hours are blocked. Now this 2 hours are for my spiritual development. Suppose I am driving a car or you have a car. Not only you pay for the maintenance of the car, you get the car serviced once in a while, you see the car is washed. You also give some salary to the driver, because driver also has to be taken care. So soul is understood in India as far as anybody born in Vedic culture. Even a rickshaw puller understand body is separate, soul is separate. Everybody knows. But people have no program to take care of the soul. No program. This balance is needed. This comes in good association. It cannot come by just wishful thinking. By good association, we gradually start understanding to give more value and slowly squeeze out some time. Slowly we can squeeze out time for the soul. And then the life becomes meaningful. Then the real journey of the life begins. It's a journey of self-discovery. There is a book also by that name. Why? Because actually soul knows everything. It's not that it doesn't know. But presently it's under slumber. It is sleeping. Whatever identity we have, that is me, is a total illusion presently. Whatever we think about this world, what I am seeing also in this world, in discussing last few days, it is just, you are living in a world of experience. You don't know what the world is actually. Correct? I am seeing this and I am experiencing something in front of me. What it is, I do not know. I am just living in a world of experience. Just like an example, even by atomic basis, this is actually empty, no? Because nucleus is very small. I am living in a world of experience. Some come, hits my eyes and I get an experience. What the world is, I do not know. Not only what the world is, what you are, that is also total illusion. Because soul doesn't think like all this thing, what is happening. Soul is Mahan. These small, the way we are locked up, this is not our qualification. It's too small. Soul is Mahan, is a servant of the Lord. What is it thinking? Actually, we are simply two small things our mind is locked into. Srila Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki.